what's Blackadilla? That's when your cash is really fast and your ass is smelling. Can't you tell it's bad when you grab your head and feel pain in your back and belly? I would take it back.
Yeah. We back at it, family. We back in it for one of them ones I love, family. Get y'all ass on in the building.
You can't handle the truth.
Damn right, not tonight. Salute everybody for checking in with us. Salute our Anchor FM family, Breaker Podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcast, Radio Public, and Overcast. Salute to every last one of you. Salute our Blog Talk Radio family. If you're watching on YouTube, please hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that share button. Help us out with the algorithm. You did. For all of us that's checking in or trying to attempt to get into the Zoom. I hope passcodes and all that work out for you. Guest call in 516-453-9482. Salute, family. This is the Vain Verdict Podcast. I'm the gracious Soul Pimp Black, person in the making progress. I'm going to do that with this melanated hue. You know what I mean? I'd like to thank each and every last one of y'all for joining us tonight. Yeah. I see you. Stand by. That ain't what we doing right now. I appreciate you, family. Yeah, y'all. Appreciate you, family. Salute to you. Salute to y'all for that. Family, unless you've been on the rock for the last 2 hours, it's been a real one, family. Y'all know for everybody, salute to the battle rap community. Salute to my political family. Salute to my election 2020 has been off the chain, family. Tonight goes down in history as the best presidential debate in the history of the United States. And it also goes down in history as the worst fucking debate in the history of the United States. Yeah, no bullshit with that one. No bullshit with that one, man. It was definitely a lot of, chaos going into it, even starting out, a lot of talking through the rounds. You know what I mean? Trump did a lot of talking through Joe Biden rounds. He came out real aggressive. You know what I'm saying? I can't get this one to the culture, man. I can't get this one to the culture. This was a fucking L for everybody involved, man. For Trump, for Biden, Poe Mike Wallace, the moderator, man. Look, hey, did this. Fuck the bullshit. Fuck the bullshit. Fuck the bullshit. That's for the people. We going straight in. We ain't gonna play with it. Hold on, stand by. I got you. Okay, nah. Cause see, y'all don't know what's going on. Y'all don't know what's going on, man. That boy. So look, right, this is the beginning, the jump off. You know what I'm saying? We're going to a little bit of, for y'all copyright view. I don't own the rights to the video or whatever, but it's shit all over, man. Fuck it, it is what it is. Y'all handle your business. You know what I'm saying? But so look, if I get to it, man, you know what I mean? I gotta get your call in, bro. I got you. I'll play your shit. You know what I mean? So look, y'all, for y'all will promo, the market your shit via Blackadelic Entertainment at yahoo.com, man. Blackadelic Entertainment at yahoo.com. Send all that over there, or thevainverdict@gmail.com. That's how you do that. And of course, man, we'll get you in, bro. Ain't nothing but love, baby. We gonna make it happen. But yo, Mike Wallace, I think there's a cat named Mike Wallace or Chris Wallace or whatever. This just the top, y'all. This just the top. Straight up.
Good evening from the Health Education Campus of Case Western Reserve University and the Cleveland Clinic. I'm Chris Wallace of Fox News, and I welcome you to the first of the 2020 presidential debates between President Donald J. Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden. This debate is sponsored by the Commission on Presidential Debates. The commission has designed the format, 6 roughly 15-minute segments with 2-minute answers from each candidate to the first question, then open discussion for the rest of each segment. Both campaigns have agreed.
You see how they do this shit?
For the record,
you see her with her mask on,
topics,
adjacent to her without her mask on.
I can assure you,
They
none
think
of
they
the
slick.
questions has been
Hey,
shared
y'all
with
think
the
y'all
commission
slick, man.
or the two candidates. This debate is being conducted under health and safety protocols designed by the Cleveland Clinic.
Yeah, at
which
this
is serving
point,
as the health
Mr. Wallace
security
had
advisor
no
to
fucking
the
idea
division
what he's
for
about to
all
get
4
himself
debates.
into.
As a precaution, both campaigns have agreed the candidates will not shake hands at the beginning of tonight's debate. The audience here in the hall has promised to remain silent. No cheers, no boos or other interruptions, so we, and more importantly you, can focus on what the candidates have to say. No noise except right now.
That's the
as we
disclaimer.
welcome the Republican nominee, President Trump, and the Democratic nominee, Vice President Biden. Gentlemen, a lot of people have been waiting for this night. So
I found this moment real key, right?
the
Because
Supreme Court.
usually when they
President
ask
Trump,
the
you
first question,
nominated
right?
Amy
Your
Coney
response is
Barrett over the
usually thank
weekend
you to you,
to
thank you for
succeed
Joe,
late
thank you to the
Ruth
committee
Bader
for allowing us
Ginsburg
to
on
be
the
here,
court.
you know, to
You
do
say
this
the
debate.
Constitution
Donald
is clear
Trump's
about
response
your obligation in
wasn't
the
it?
Senate to consider a nominee to the court. Vice President Biden, you say that this is an effort by the president and Republicans to jam through an appointment and what you call an abuse of power. My first question to both of you tonight, why are you right in the argument you make and your opponent wrong? And where do you think a Justice Barrett would take the court? President Trump, in this first segment, you go first, 2 minutes.
Thank you very much, Chris. I will tell you very simply, we won the election. Elections have consequences. We have the Senate, we have the White House, and we have a phenomenal nominee, respected by all, top academic, good in every way, In fact, some of her biggest endorsers are very liberal people from Notre Dame and other places. So I think she's going to be fantastic. We have plenty of time, even if we did it after the election itself. I have a lot of time after the election, as you know. So I think that she will be outstanding. She's going to be as good as anybody that has served on that court. We really feel that. We have a professor at Notre Dame, highly respected by all.
Now, the
She's
reason I'm
single
on playing
greatest
this part, because
student
this
she's
is
ever
the
had.
most
He's been a professor
peaceful
for a long
point
time at a
of
great
this
school.
entire debate.
And we
Yeah, I
just,
mean,
we won the
this
election,
moment
and
right
therefore
here,
we have the
until
right
Joe
to
Biden
choose her.
responds. When
And
Joe
very
Biden
few
gets to
people
respond,
knowingly
all
would say
hell
the
breaks
election. By
loose
the way, the
for the
Democrats
remaining hour
don't
and
even
hour
think
and
about that doing it.
26 minutes.
The only difference is they're trying to do it faster. There's no way they would give it up. They had Merrick Garland, but the problem is they didn't have the election, so they were stopped. And probably that would happen in reverse also, definitely would happen in reverse. So we won the election and we have the right to do it, Chris.
President Trump, thank you. Same question to you, Vice President Biden. You have 2 minutes.
First of all, thank you for doing this. And
President.
I supported this, Mr.
Thank
President.
you, Joe.
The American people have a right to have a say in who the Supreme Court nominee is. And that say occurs when they vote for United States senators and when they vote for the President of the United States. They're not going to get that chance now because we're in the middle of an election already. The election has already started. Tens of thousands of people have already voted. And so the
This
thing
is
that should
dope.
happen is we should wait. We should wait and see what the outcome of this election is. Because that's the only way the American people get to express their view is by who they elect as president, who they elect as vice president. Now, what's at stake here is the president's made it clear he wants to get rid of the Affordable Care Act. He's been running on that, he ran on that, and he has been governing on that. He's in the Supreme Court right now trying to get rid of the Affordable Care Act, which will strip 20 million people from having insurance, health insurance now, if it goes in the court. And the justice, and I have nothing, I'm not opposed to the justice. She seems like a very fine person. But she's written before she went on the bench, which is her right, that she thinks that the Affordable Care Act is not constitutional. The other thing that's on the court, and if it's struck down, what happens? Women's rights are fundamentally changed. Once again, a woman could be held pay more money because she has a pre-existing condition of pregnancy. We're able to,
I ain't gonna go
charge
through all
women
this.
more for the same exact procedure a man did. Yes, and that ended when we in fact passed the Affordable Care Act.
Now y'all see how I'm doing it like this for a reason. I don't see how peaceful, easy Trump's response, easy Joe's
Those
response.
pre-existing conditions, the insurance companies are going to look.
And I'm gonna fast
So
forward
it's
it
just
to a
not
few minutes straight through.
to do this before this election. If he wins the election and the Senate is Democrat or Republican, then he goes forward. If not, we should wait until February. All right.
Well, was a private business people. Like every other private person, unless they're stupid, they go through the laws, and that's what it is. He passed a tax bill that gave us all these privileges for depreciation and for tax credits. We built the building and we get tax credits.
Donald
like the
Trump's
hotel
plan,
on Pennsylvania Avenue. You get a
supposedly his
massive-
plan
which, by the way,
should have
was
been
given to me
try
by
to be on the
Obama
offense all night.
administration, if you can believe
You know what I
that.
mean? You want to be on the
They got
offense.
fired
You're
right
the
after
sitting
that happened.
president.
But
You running
I do
for
wanna respond.
office,
Yeah, I
so
do wanna respond.
you want to be on offense all night.
Tax code.
What Joe Biden, ended up doing, what he did successfully, in his responses, was kept Donald Trump on the defensive, which is why he interrupted every single answer Joe was trying to give.
And he does take.
I want y'all go back and
That's why
recap,
I'm gonna
rewatch it
eliminate
yourself.
Trump tax cuts. And we're gonna eliminate
The
those
list.
tax cuts and make sure that we invest in the people who in fact need the help. People out there need help.
But why didn't you do it over the last 25 years?
But because
I
you
wanna-
are
why didn't you
president,
do it over
because
the
you
last
are
25
president
years?
screwing
No, no,
things
no.
up.
You were a senator, and
You're
by
the
way,
worst
you were a
president
vice-
America has ever had.
Hey,
Come
Joe,
on.
let me just tell you, Joe, I've done more in 47 months. I've done more than you've done in 47 years, Joe. We've done things that you never even thought of doing,
Okay,
including
gentlemen.
fixing the broken military that you gave me, including
let's-
taking care
We're
of your
talking,
vets.
Mr. President, we're talking about the economy. I'd like to ask you about your plans going forward because, Mr. Vice President, your economic plan, if you were to be
Yes,
elected
sir.
president, focuses a lot on big government, big taxes, big spending. I want to
Sorry.
focus first on the taxes. You propose more than $4 trillion over a decade in new taxes on individuals making more than $400,000 a year and on corporations.
Which is
President
fucking
Trump
crazy.
says that that kind of an increase in taxes is going to hurt the economy as it's just coming out of a recession.
Well, just take a look at what is the analysis done by Wall Street firms. Points out that my economic plan would create 7 million more jobs than his in 4 years, number one. And number two, it would create an additional $1
it gets
trillion
worse, right?
to American people.
I'm fast
We're
reading more.
deficit with China now than we did before. We have the highest trade deficit
China
with
ate
Mexico.
your lunch.
All right,
Down
gentlemen,
18%.
in-
China ate your lunch, Joe. And no wonder your son goes in and he takes out millions of dollars, takes out billions of dollars to manage. He makes millions of dollars. And also,
Trump he tried to make it his business to keep, trying to attack Hunter Biden, Joe Biden's son. And, he even attacked his drug use with Joe Biden end up, and he's really, I think, tremendously rebutted that statement Trump made, bringing up his cocaine use.
Totally discredited. totally discredited. And
I
by
think
the
it's
way,
about to come
when
up
we
any
talk-
second.
$3.5 million, Joe?
Mr. Vice,
You got
Mr.
$3.5 million.
President,
That is not true.
Oh, really?
Mr.
Oh,
President,
But, Mr.
it's an open discussion, please.
No,
It's a fact.
Well,
It
you
is
have
not.
raised an issue, let the
been
Vice
totally
President answer.
discredited.
Did
There was a
Burisma pay him
report.
$183,000?
It's, and then for
With
certain,
no
I don't know why they
experience
didn't
in
bring
energy.
up Donald Trump
President,
tax
My son
situation,
did
man.
nothing wrong at Burisma.
I think he
And
did.
Mr.
The only
President,
guy that
let him
did something-
answer.
He doesn't want to let me answer because he knows I have the truth. His position has been totally, thoroughly discredited.
By who?
And
The media.
By everybody. Well, by the
By the
media,
media,
by our
because they refuse to
allies, by
talk
the
about it
World
because they're
Bank, by,
embarrassed.
This shit.
by
horrible.
everyone has discredited. Matter of
Dude,
fact, even
Mr.
the people
President,
who
please stop.
testified under oath.
So let me
Under
ask you
oath.
this,
And-
Joe.
and
No,
under
no,
oath.
go ahead, Mister, I'm listening to you.
People under,
You got $3.5
It's
million.
just like, wow.
He testified under oath in his administration, said, I did my job and I did it very well.
Oh,
I
really?
did it
I'd like to know who
honorably.
they are.
Well, I'll give you the list
I'll
of the
fire
people who
them.
testified.
No, go ahead, sir.
Sure, you've already fired most of them because they did a good job.
Some people don't do
Well,
a good
here's,
job.
See, he would let him bring him out of
Wait a
character,
minute,
man.
you get
He
the
was trying to
final
remain
it's hard
poised,
to
but
get any word in with this
man.
clown. Excuse me, this.
Let me just say
you
this.
should let that ride.
Mr. President,
$3.5
Mr.
million,
President.
You should let that ride.
Why did he
Not true.
deserve $3.5 million from Moscow?
Look, here's the deal. We want to talk about families and ethics. I don't want to do that. I mean, his family we could talk about all night. His family's
My
already.
family,
No, no, let him go.
my
Already
family lost
wrote.
a fortune by coming down and helping
Go
us
ahead.
with
Go
government.
ahead, sir.
And that's
Every,
such a.
and they're right
Go
here.
ahead, Mr.
That's such
President.
a
Every
great.
single one of them lost
This
a
is not
fortune
about
by
my
coming and
family or his
helping us
family.
with
It's
government.
about your family,
They
the
didn't
American
make
people.
$3.5 million
He doesn't.
for nothing.
That's not true. It doesn't want to
Good
talk
job,
about
Joe.
what
Good
you
job.
need. You, the American people. It's about you.
Good job,
That's what we're
Joe.
talking about.
Maybe you
here.
All right, that's
Not
the
about
end of
here.
that's the end of the
Shouldn't
segment.
take
We're,
the money.
we're moving
Joe
on.
trying his best not
Vice
to get
President,
on Trump
no,
level
Can I
with
be
that
honest?
fuck
It's a
shit.
very
Try
important
to be
question.
honest.
I-
He stood up.
No,
He stood up.
the answer to
and
the
he
question is
threatened
no.
Ukraine.
No, sir.
With $1 billion,
Sir,
if you
that
get rid of
is
the forces,
You know what? You're
absolutely
wait,
not
stop.
true.
You're doing it.
You're going to
Not
have
true.
gentlemen. I hate to raise my voice,
He's
but
on
it seems
tape.
to be. Why shouldn't I be different than the two of you? So here's the
That's a
deal.
good point.
We have 6 segments. We have ended that segment. We're going to go to the next segment. In that segment, you each are going to have 2 uninterrupted moments. In those 2 uninterrupted minutes, Mr. President, you can say anything you want. I'm going to ask a question about race, but if you want to answer about something else, go ahead. But I think that the country would be better served if we allowed both people to speak with fewer interruptions.
This has never had to been done in a fucking debate.
Well, frankly, you've been doing more
Well,
interrupting.
that's
than
all
you
right,
have.
but he does plenty.
Well, less than
This nigga like a
less than
big-ass
no,
kid,
less than
bro.
you have. Let's please continue. on.
He hit me fair.
The issue
He
of
hit me
race.
fair.
Vice President
Face
Biden, you
ass.
say that President Trump's response to the violence in Charlottesville 3 years ago, when he talked about very fine people on both sides, was what directly led you to launch this run for
Let's go
president.
through a little more. Let's go through a little more.
We just got this.
There's no dull moment in this shit,
250
family. Straight up.
military
Y'all
leaders
ain't why I'm
and
telling you. There's no
generals
dull
support.
moment in this.
Law enforcement, almost every law enforcement.
No, I see.
group
So
in the
I was supposed to do
United States. I
my
have
plan was to
Florida,
do
I
a
have
bar for
Texas,
bar
I
breakdown.
have
Not
Ohio,
fucking possible,
I
man.
have
This show would be
every-
5
excuse me,
hours long.
Portland, the sheriff just came out today and he said, I support President Trump. I don't think you have any law enforcement. You can't even say the word law enforcement because if you say those words.
Wait, I'm gonna go back because I found this real interesting.
President who has used everything as a dog whistle to try to generate racist hatred, racist division.
The
This
question
is
was
in
about
fact
race, or
talking
about come up
helping
about
African
race.
Americans. 1 in 1,000 African Americans has been killed because of the coronavirus. And if he doesn't do something quickly, by the end of the year, 1 in 500 will have been killed. 1 in 500 African Americans. This man is a savior of African Americans. This man cares at all. This man's done virtually nothing. Look, the fact is that you have to look at what he talks about. You have to look at what he did. And what he did has been disastrous for the African American community.
So
President Trump, you have 2 minutes. Why should
Well, hey,
Americans trust
Trump
you
hit him, though.
over your opponent to deal with
he
racism?
did a crime bill, 1994.
Now,
where you call
question
them
about
super
race.
predators, African Americans, super predators, and they've never forgotten it.
Which is
They've
a lie.
never forgotten it, Joe.
He didn't
So-
say that.
so-
Hillary
so-
Clinton
so-
said
So
that.
you did that, and they call you super predator, and I'm letting people out of jail now that you have treated the African American population.
That man lied
you
so
have treated
fucking
the
much,
black
bro.
community about as bad as anybody in this country. You did the 1990, and that's why if you look at the polls, I'm doing better than any Republican has done in a long time because they saw what you did. You called them super predators, and you've called them worse than that because you look back at your testimony over the years, you've called them a lot worse than that. As far as the church is concerned, and as far as the generals are concerned, we just got the support of 250 military leaders and generals, total support. Law enforcement, almost every law enforcement group in the United States. I have Florida, I have Texas, I have Ohio, I have Portland. The sheriff just came out
Again,
today.
the
and
question
he
was
said, "I
about
support
race.
President Trump." I don't think you have any. law
Why is your
enforcement. You can't even say the
administration
word
better
law
to deal with
enforcement,
race
because if you say
relations?
those words,
He's talking
you're
about
gonna
his
lose all
success
of your
and his
radical left
support
supporters.
with fucking
And
law
why aren't you
enforcement.
saying those words,
Who-
Joe? Why don't you say
Your
the words law
minority
enforcement?
communities
Because you know what? If they called us in Portland,
are
we would
protesting
put out
about.
that fire in a half an hour, but they won't do it because they're run by radical left Democrats. If you look at Chicago, if you look at any place you want to look, Seattle, they heard we were coming.
What the
the
fuck they
following
got to
day,
do
and they
with
put up
race?
their hands and we got back Seattle. Minneapolis, we got it back, Joe, because we believe in law and order, but you don't. The top 10 cities and just about the top 40 cities are run by Democrats and in many cases radical left.
Oh,
and
yeah.
they've got you wrapped around their finger,
Respect
Joe,
yourself.
to a point
Y'all
where you
see it.
don't want to
Stay
say
tuned.
anything about law and order. And I'll tell you what, the people of this country want and demand law and order, and you're afraid to even say it.
All right. I want to return to the question of race. Vice President Biden, after the grand jury and the
Biden old, man. He needs some help, man. He needs writers. He needs some young, man.
Homicide, you said it raises the question, quote, whether justice could be
He
equally
need help.
applied
I'd have
in
stoned
America.
Donald
Do
Trump
you
at
believe
all this shit he's
that
saying.
there is a separate but unequal system of justice for blacks in this country?
Yes, there's systemic injustice in this country, in education and work and in law enforcement and the way in which it's enforced. But look, the vast majority of police officers are good, decent, honorable men and women. They risk their lives every day to take care of us. But there are some bad apples. And when they occur, when they find them, they have to be sorted out. They have to be held accountable. They have to be held accountable.
That's why that's a
What I'm gonna
bullshit
do as President
statement,
of the
Joe.
United States is called together an entire group of people at the White House. Well, everything from the civil rights groups to the police officers, the police chiefs, and we're going to work this out. We're going to work this out so we change the way in which we have more transparency in when these things happen. These cops aren't happy to see what happened to George Floyd. These cops aren't happy to see what happened to Breonna Taylor. Most don't like it, but we have to have a system where people are held accountable. And by the way, violence in response is never appropriate. Never appropriate. Peaceful protest is. Violence is never appropriate.
All right.
What is peaceful protest?
See
When they
that?
run
Now,
through
this
the middle
the
of the
fucking
town
idiot.
and burn down your stores and
This
kill
idiot
people
in
and
him.
replace
That's
them.
not what he said.
President
No,
Trump,
it's
I'm not
not, but
asking.
you say it is.
President
did not
Trump,
say
I'd like to continue with the
Yes,
issue of
go ahead,
race. I
please.
promise we're going to get to the issue of law and order
Please.
in a moment. This month, your administration directed federal agencies to end racial sensitivity training.
Oh,
addresses
this was
white
amazing.
privilege or critical race theory.
Listen,
Why did you decide to do that, to end racial sensitivity training? And do you
he should have
believe
asked
that
him,
there
do
is
you know what
systemic
racial
racism in this
sensitivity
country?
is?
I ended it because it's racist. I ended it because a lot of people were complaining that they were asked to do things that were absolutely insane, that it was a radical revolution that was taking place in our military,
Respecting people's
in our
cultures. And,
schools, all over the place, and you know it, and so does everybody
what
else.
is radical,
and he would know.
What is
Oh, it's
radical
totally
about
racist.
racial sensitivity training?
If you were a
you know
certain
what I'm
person,
saying? This is fucking
who had
idiot.
no
This is
status in life, it
idiocracy
was sort of a
at its
reversal.
best.
And if you look at the people, we were paying people hundreds of thousands of dollars to teach very bad ideas, and frankly,
This
very sick
idiocracy
ideas.
at its fucking best, man.
Really, they were teaching people to hate our country, and I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to allow that to happen. We have to go back to the core values of this country. They were teaching people that our country is a horrible.
Hold on.
Horrible place. It's a racist place, and they were teaching people to hate our country. And I'm not going to allow that to happen.
Vice President Biden?
Nobody's doing that. He's the
you-
racist.
You just don't.
Here's the deal. I know a lot more about
You
this.
don't.
than you do.
Let him finish.
The fact is that there is racial insensitivity. People have to be made aware of what other people feel like.
Exactly.
What is
Exactly.
what is demeaning.
And what's wrong with it? How the
It's
hell is that
important people
racist?
know. They don't
This
want
nigga's an idiot,
people
man.
don't want to hurt other people's feelings, but it makes a big difference. It makes a gigantic difference in the way a child is able to grow up and have a sense of self-esteem. It's a little bit like how this guy and his friends look down on so many people. They look down their nose on people like Irish Catholics like me and grow up in Scranton. They look down on people who don't have money. They look down on people who are of a different faith. They look down on people who are a different color. In fact, we're all Americans. The only way we're going to bring this country together is bring everybody together. There's nothing we cannot do if we do it together. We can take
job,
this
Joe.
on and we can defeat racism
Vice
in America.
President Trump, sir.
During the Obama-Biden administration, there was tremendous division. There was hatred. You look at Ferguson. You go to many places. Look at Oakland. Look what happened in Oakland. Look
My
what happened
problem
in
with that
Baltimore. Look what
statement
happened
is
on-
he was
frankly,
right. There
it more
was. But
violent
see,
than what I'm even
that's
seeing
what
now.
America.
But the
Well, you know what?
reason
Fuck this
is
bullshit.
that the Democrats
Fuck this
that run
shit.
these cities
Ridiculous.
don't want to talk
Fuck
like
the
you
bullshit.
about law and order.
So look, the problem with this shit, man, with Donald Trump said right here, right? You know, and I wouldn't be me if I ain't address that part. You're right. There was racism. There was division. There was police brutality. You had all this shit under President Obama. But the thing is, this shit has been a part of every single administration. And with Joe Biden's response, what he said to this shit is worse now under the Trump administration for the main reason of the vernacular and the language that this man uses. And this debate, and the more they continue to go on, gonna force his hand. And I hope the Biden campaign, whoever behind him, push Donald Trump on this race because he gonna say shit that's gonna. Two things gonna happen. He's gonna empower white supremacy even more, or it's gonna hinder him. You know, it's really gonna hinder him because he's gonna end up, because they asked him to denounce the white supremacist group, have them stand down because Donald Trump has said that it won't be a peaceful transition. It'll be riots in the streets and all this and that if he was to lose the election. So Mr. Wallace's, challenge to Donald Trump was, okay, how about you denounce white supremacist group? Tell them if they outright, if you will, if they your supporters, tell them stand down until a fair election process has been, achieved. He couldn't do it. He's like, what do you want me to say? Yeah, I say. Say white supremacy. You know what? I'm gonna try to see that part, because that part was real big. That part was big.
Violent
You still
crime.
Let me try to find
This
that.
Same car.
Law enforcement,
And anyone who commits
what's he do?
Antifa's.
Things where I had to fight both. I want to see
Well,
peace.
then do it, sir.
Say it. Do it. Say it.
Oh, here we go.
100 days of rhyme.
Here we go.
Budget calls for
Here we go. Hold on, y'all. I gotta let y'all, cause that part, what I'm talking about now was real interesting. Of Trump. So watch this. Oh shit. Let's see. I'll go back to
That's what we're talking about.
You should
All right,
take
that's
it
the end
out
of
here.
that's the end of the segment. Talked about very fine people on both sides.
End of the year,
One in half an hour, but they were
there's some good, decent, honorable men. And
revolution that was taken.
here's the deal. I is able to grow up in
We
Mr.
were
President,
breaking every record in the
Mr.
book.
President,
not 1950 now. And so we
Got him. And for 3 days,
President Trump,
Portland
President
would-
Kenosha, and sayings, which is don't compare me to the old.
would be over. There'd be no problem.
Okay.
But they don't want to accept the National Guard.
You have repeatedly criticized the vice president for not specifically calling out Antifa
Here you
and
go.
other left-wing
That's right.
extremist groups. But are you willing tonight to condemn
Dig
white
this.
supremacists and
Dig
militia
this shit
groups
right here.
and to say that they need to stand down and not add to the violence in a number of these cities, as we saw in Kenosha and as we've seen in Portland?
Sure,
Are you
I'm willing
prepared
to
to
do that,
specifically
but
do it? Well,
I
go
would
ahead,
say
sir.
I would say almost everything I see is from the left wing, not from the right
So
wing.
what are you
If
saying?
I'm willing to do anything. I want to see
Well,
peace.
then do it, sir.
Say it. Do it. Say it. You want to call them? What do you want to call them? Give me a name. Give me a
White
name.
supremacists and
What would you
right
like me to condemn?
white
Proud Boys.
supremacists and right
Proud
militia.
Boys, stand back and stand by. But I'll tell you what. Somebody's got to do something.
Stand
about
back and
Antifa
stand
the
by.
Left, because this is not a right-wing problem. This is a left-wing.
FBI director
This
said,
is a left-wing
"Threat of
problem.
white
Go ahead, sir.
supremacists. Antifa's an idea, not an organization.
Oh, you got it.
Not
Kidding.
militia. That's what his
It's an idea.
His
Okay.
FBI director
Gentlemen,
said.
Well,
we're
then
gonna,
you know what?
no,
He's
we're
wrong.
done. We're done, sir. We're
Everybody-
moving on to the next.
everybody
We're moving.
who
That
advice
is
in your
your that's
administration.
not an idea.
Everybody in
Antifa
your
is bad.
administration tells you the truth has a bad idea.
Can I tell you what?
You have no ideas that are-
Antifa is a dangerous
All right,
radical
gentlemen, we're
group.
now moving on to the Trump
And
and
you ought to be
Biden
careful with
records.
them. They'll overthrow you.
When a
if you say
president, I'm going to ask a question. When the president seeks a second term,
Yo. So family, like I don't, for all my friends out there, Candace Owens, Young Pharaoh, all you dumbass Trump dick suckers. Where you at? Hey, Candace, where you at, baby girl? Where you at? Can I get my debate now? I can't challenge my brother King Face. He rest in peace, King Face. Salute to the brother. He passed away, due to some unfortunate, circumstances that I'm not privy to a lot of information, so I'm not gonna get into. But everybody know my stance. I made a lot of negative remarks, comments about the brother over the years or so, and specifically mainly pertaining to his political views and things like that. I don't know nothing about his personal life or anything like that. So, but Candace Owens and Pharaoh, don't get quiet now. You motherfuckers don't get quiet now. Come outside, nigga. Bring your ass outside. All that spiritual healing and shit. We ain't retracting what the fuck you been saying about this nigga right here. Now you getting quiet and more time go on, because I said in the comment, you know what I mean, that you shunned upon. You and your little moderators. I said in the comment then, you gonna eat these words, bro. You know what I mean? Because you thinking Trump going against the deep state and all this and that. He might be, but that shit ain't got nothing to do with that melanated hue you got, bro. You a black man. Candace Owens, you a black woman. If it come down to a race war, that crack-ass cracker you married to gonna pick his people. Believe that shit. Believe that. He's infatuated by you, but that evil is embedded in him. That shit is embedded in him. That's his nature. But I ain't gonna do you that. I ain't gonna do you that. So, but overall, man, like I said, Trump, horrible performance, of course. And we didn't expect nothing less. The debate itself was everything that I expected it was gonna be, and even more. Total goddamn chaos, bullshit entertainment and content for people like myself. So, which is why we are where we at. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button, family. However, if I had to pick a winner, Joe Biden, he did good holding his own. He didn't throw enough jabs back, but he did good blocking punches to where I think this battle might have ended in a draw. If I had to pick a winner, I'm going to say Joe Biden edged it just off of sheer discipline and on. But see, he didn't really get a chance to finish his rounds. You know what I'm saying? Donald Trump was talking all through the man rounds, and you know what I mean? The shit he saying wasn't true. He tried hitting with the personals. You know what I mean? Biden said this shit like battle rap, man. It's battle rap all over. Trump attempting to hit Biden with personals about his family. You know what I mean? And Trump lit up. I mean, Biden lit up about that shit. You know, took that shit personal. And I agree. I get it. You know, we up here talking about policies and shit. You talking about shit my son did. Because you ain't got nothing. He has nothing to stand against Joe Biden with. You know what I mean? He can't pull that Hunter Biden card come next debate if they have one. Because it might not even be another presidential debate. This shit here was so all over the place, man. It might not even be another presidential debate. They're going to have to do it different. You have to mute Donald Trump mic or some shit when he ain't answering the question. You know what I mean? See how much that'll work, but damn. But again, if I had to give it to somebody, I'm going to go ahead and say Donald Trump took this battle, man. Well, it depends. If it's a battle, if we talking about crowd and all that shit, no, you know what I said? I said Donald Trump. Fuck that. Joe Biden, he took this shit off discipline, man. Donald Trump lost off default. Joe Biden won off default. He didn't win the battle. He didn't win the battle, but Donald Trump lost. So that's what I say about it. Joe Biden didn't win, but Donald Trump lost like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Just all the shit, his character and poise alone. But again, we don't expect nothing less. And for those that's asking me in the comments and all this, why am I so excited, so happy about this chaotic shit? Because this is great to me. This is America at its best. Donald Trump is the face of America. What Donald Trump stands for is the basis of what America was founded upon. That's why he say the shit he said, make America great again. Now this illusion of inclusion that all you motherfuckers got. Now the thing is, the reason he is president, because he's a treacherous businessman. Donald Trump, a treacherous businessman, is the president of the United States of America, which is not, I repeat again for the millionth time, which is not a country. America is not a country. This is a fucking business, an annex that's funded and ran by a corporation execs. Same ones that's eating, that benefits off every presidential, all this shit that they motherfucking out. These niggas are the donors. But even like Donald Trump, he's saying in the pocket, but them your friends. You looking out for your friends. Your same friends have these other politicians like Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton, who you love to come against. So that's why I'm telling niggas like, fail them, what's the difference, bro? What's the fucking difference? You still all part of that same first. They ain't you, and they don't look like you. And Barack Obama was not one of us either. One week from today, Senator Kamala Harris and Vice President Pence have their presidential debate. It's gonna be more structured, of course, because both of them, they from this shit. Pence is not a real interrupt or anything, but I think Kamala Harris gonna watch him. She gonna watch him because one thing I've noticed, Mike Pence is not really. He's not. He don't really see, even that in his debate Michael Caine, he's not combative at all. You know what I mean? He's not combative at all. He's gonna try to come with a bunch of lying numbers and lying facts the way that Donald Trump does. But I think this might be this gonna be a good one for the Democrats as well. So this win that Joe Biden got tonight by default, and then Kamala Harris is gonna watch Mike Pence in that shit next week, because she's a beast. She's a woman and she talks. You know what I mean? She got a mouth. So a lot of shit she's saying gonna be probably false as well. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? This is gonna deliver. She's really gonna deliver. So yeah, man, that was it again. Salute to Wayne Wallace, and wherever the hell they shot the shit at. Salute everybody. Great fucking debate. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, I can't wait to see that. They talking about, it possibly won't be another debate, but yeah, there gotta be another one. Cause I know the ratings are through the roof, so they gonna have one regardless. And they can't fucking wait. And I can't wait either. Anything like me, you can't wait, man. But that's my views, my thought, official recap of the debate election 2020. Get in the comments. Let me know what y'all think, man. You agree? You thought it was a shit show, like most of the CNN niggas keep calling it. You thought the shit was just straight entertaining, like me, what it was, what it is, anyway at this point. But anyway, man, let me know what y'all think, right? Hit that like, hit the subscribe button, follow the Vain Verdict podcast everywhere. You go to Anchor FM /Vain Verdict. Follow us on Vain Verdict on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all the above, as well as Blackadelic Entertainment. You can visit our official website at blackadelicentertainment.com. BLACKDELICENT.com, family. You don't believe it? That way. And with that said, I digress, family. The Vain